Hello, folks. Welcome to the show. Today, I want to discuss how social media influences Filipinas' behaviors. The cultural environment of the Philippines has shifted dramatically in recent years, with important implications for relationships, particularly dating and marriage. It is critical for expats seeking to establish relationships with Filipinas to understand these changes. The concept of the traditional Filipina, which conjures up images of modesty, family values, and a calm disposition, has experienced some substantial transformations. The rise of social media, which has broadened perspectives and given Filipinos greater access to the worldwide dating market, has had a big impact on this trend. As a result, many Filipinos are more pickier. Following cultural values that prioritize spirituality, humility, and a strong sense of familial obligation has long been a distinguishing feature of the traditional Filipina. These characteristics have long been lauded as distinctive to Filipino culture, generating an idealized image that many visitors value. However, as technology and globalization grow more entrenched in Filipino society, this traditional stance is shifting. While many Filipinos still maintain these beliefs, they are gradually blending them into more modern aspirations and mindsets. Urbanization, economic changes, and increased access to education have all contributed significantly to this transformation. Filipinas are becoming more self assured and independent as they pursue higher education and professional careers. Because of this empowerment, girls have been able to establish their own priorities and make their own decisions, allowing them to challenge some of the traditional Filipino stereotypes. Expats must be fully aware of these changes in order to maneuver in the Filipino dating market. For a variety of reasons, expats must understand cultural shifts and how social media affects love relationships. It will enhance cultural awareness. When expats find that traditional Filipinas may no longer fit into old conventions, they should approach relationships without preconceived notions. Expats can try to understand Filipinas' diverse interests and ambitions by learning how social media impacts dating. Filipinas may now freely express themselves, share their stories, and form relationships. Expats must be aware of this transformation in order to guarantee that their dating habits adjust to the changing environment. Because of Filipino empowerment, expats seeking more traditional relationships may find that their expectations do not meet the realities of modern dating in the Philippines. As a result, for relationships to thrive, both parties must be able to articulate their goals and expectations while negotiating cultural gaps. Expats could develop relationships based on respect by understanding the new dating landscape. The rise of social networking sites such as Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, as well as dating applications such as Tinder and Bumble, has dramatically altered how Filipinos engage with the rest of the world. These platforms have enabled them to communicate with people from different origins and cultures by giving them a voice and exposure that transcends geographical boundaries. Filipinos now have more chances and opportunities than they did previously. The growing use of social media platforms have substantially altered the dating landscape for Filipinas. Digital communication platforms like Instagram and dating apps like Bumble have totally altered the way relationships begin and evolve. Filipinas can use social media to form cross regional collaborations and expand their social networks. This virtual platform allows them to communicate with a diverse spectrum of potential partners, both domestically and internationally. Social media has also influenced how people perceive and seek ties in society. Traditional courtship practices, which are characterized by rigid norms, are evolving as Filipinas seek new ways to express their interest in potential husbands. The rise of internet dating has democratized the dating market, allowing women to actively pursue relationships without being bound by traditional norms. With their newfound freedom, women can cycle through partners at a moment's notice without missing a beat. Filipinas have become pickier about who they date as a result of having a wider dating pool. They are quick to turn down conventional courtship customs that they believe are not beneficial to them. The focus on personal initiative and choice is particularly crucial when it comes to expats looking for relationships. Expats should approach conversations by vetting out every Filipina, acknowledging that many Filipinas now see dating as a way to achieve empowerment and independence. Expats should treat these relationships with Filipinas online like a job interview. Don't be afraid to ask the hard questions. Through social media, Filipinas are exposed to perspectives from around the world on relationships, gender roles, and self expression. This exposure often forces traditional beliefs to be re examined and promotes a more progressive attitude. Nowadays, many Filipinas will use dating sites to pretend to be the conventional Filipinas most expats desire in order to score them. Once they marry the expat of their choice, they can relax and let their hair down. They can now return to the Filipina they have always been, a modern Filipina. The extensive use of social media and dating apps has increased the number of Filipinas available for dating. People can now communicate with people all over the world rather than only those in their immediate surroundings who may become friends. For some Filipinas, a man who is good enough is just not good enough. There is always room for an upgrade. Since technology is ubiquitous, expats should embrace technology as a means of communication and connection, considering how social media has shaped contemporary interactions. Engaging with Filipinas on social media can provide important insights into their beliefs, interests, and lifestyle. And being active on these platforms shows adaptability and a desire to interact with your community. Keep in mind that social media does not tell you everything you need to know about a Filipina. For that, you would need to visit the Philippines and meet them. And please don't send them a lot of your hard earned money. Even after you meet them, be wary. Some of them are professionals at getting your money out of your hands. While the Philippines' shifting dating culture offers potential for deep connections, it also causes obstacles for travelers from other countries. Expats have to work harder to stand out and develop true connections because Filipinas have more options and exposure. It is no longer enough to be an expat with money because you are competing with other expats with money as well. You must demonstrate your ability to handle their concerns from now and into the future. Social media has had a tremendous impact on Filipinas, changing their roles from traditional caregivers to modern women. The introduction of smartphones has altered both the establishment and maintenance of relationships. Since the special difficulties of digital communication can erode interpersonal relationships, it is crucial to strike a balance between online and offline encounters. The secret to traversing this complicated terrain is using technology responsibly, keeping in mind how it affects relationships and mental health. For some expats, this cultural shift causes obstacles, which makes the dating market complicated for expats. All right, folks, that is all for today's show. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a good day.